Morning, YouTubers. Mopar Man here. Out here once again. Gonna have to deal with the pickup truck. According to YouTube, it was a month ago I installed that cherry bomb-vortex-muffler, and this truck's a daily driver. Whether I take it to work until I get my truck finished up, or what it would be, or we got to run in town, or go out of town somewhere else, whatever, Harrison, Springfield, whatever. Sorry for the dog being annoying this morning. He's being an ass, but anyway. Shut up. When I put the muffler on, I checked everything, made sure there wasn't nothing that was going to twist or affect the muffler. Made sure everything lined up, welded everything, and we just started driving it. And it's July 26th, I believe, today, and we've already got a rattle inside the muffler. It's doing it sometimes at idle and at a certain RPM, and I can tap on the bottom of the muffler and it rattles whatever's loose in there. I think what it is a pinch weld where two pieces of metal came together. It's starting to get annoying because it sits there and goes, every time you hit a bump, it goes ting 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 ting. It sounds like basically somebody almost tapping the bottom of the muffler with a wrench from underneath the truck. And then when it sits there and idles in gear, it only does it in gear, there's a vibration that starts up and it goes like something just barely. Anyway, maybe kind of wonder because I kind of searched YouTube, and there was another guy that bought the same type of mufflers here not too long ago, and he had the same issue. But I also noticed too, now I come to think of it, many years back when they first came out with the cherry bomb vortex mufflers, I spent 1 year, I wanted a pair for my pickup truck, and they were like $84 a piece brand new. Now they're only like $43, $45, $46 somewhere in there a piece. And when I got them, they were like painted black, like I don't know if it was like some high temp powder coating on them or what, but anyway, they were real heavy. I mean, I was surprised for a set of performance mufflers on how heavy they were. I eventually ended up selling them to my mailman buddy because he needed a set for his Dodge van that he hasn't put them on yet. But anyway, I noticed that when I pulled this one out of the box, it was awfully light, like a Flowmaster muffler, you know, just almost. And I think either the company decided to get cheap, start having them being made in China or something, or maybe they started using thinner metal and pinch welds instead of actual factory welds, like with a actual MIG welder on the insides, just pinching the sound deflectors and the perforated strips of metal in there or whatever to help. Maybe they're using a cheaper fiberglass packing in there now. I don't know, but not too happy. I mean, because now they're only, like I said, only 40-some bucks, and I'm just wondering if they decide to cheap out and go to China and have them made, and if they're having them made in America, it's kind of disappointing because if you're going to buy something made in America, you expect it to last. So what I'm going to have to end up doing is I'm going to have to cut the muffler off where I welded it up on the front where it met the existing exhaust pipe on the pickup truck this morning, and shine a light in there and see what I can see rattling around or flopping around or whatever it is. And then I'm probably going to have to stick a welder up in there, and if I can get to it, MIG weld the stuff back in place. And then if I'm going to have to end up doing that, I don't want maybe like the other half, get it back on there, and then the other side decide to pop loose. So I'm going to have to come around and weld. And then I noticed on the muffler, on the outside of the muffler, you can actually see where they pinch welded or welded whatever the internal parts to the outer shell of the muffler. So what I could do is I could take my grinder and grind it down to where I can just start to see where it was pinched together or whatever it was, and then put a fresh weld on that. You shouldn't have to do all this work, but I'm gonna let Flowmaster, or I'm not Flowmaster, but the company Cherry Bomb, or makes the Cherry Bomb mufflers, know. I'm gonna send them an email, or I'm gonna call them and complain that see how if they want to refund my money, or just, I don't know how they want to do it. Maybe I don't know. Well, anyway, so this morning I'm just going to cut the front off and then leave the rest of the exhaust pipe attached, because it's on those rubber hangers, those connectors. Pop all that off, and if I can't fix it from the one side, I'll have to cut that other pipe off, and we'll come through the other side of the muffler and weld it. So anyway, I guess let the fun begin. Okay, so I'm back, and one thing I found out already was they must be using a cheaper sheet metal, because this weld right in between the muffler case and the weld cracked completely over here. A good 2.5 inches, give or take. That could have been the noise, but what I'll do is I'll cut the other side off. I'll mark it, cut it off. That way I can put the muffler pipe back the way I had it on there, and I'll come from this side and move. I got a big, long, heavy-duty straight-edge screwdriver. Get in there, it's almost like a pry bar, and get in there and move around and see if there's anything loose on this back side that's rattling. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recut that mounting tab off, save that and that rubber hanger, and I'm just going to cut this excess crap off from the back here, because that's a lot of weight. That's some pretty heavy pipe, and we're just going to let that go up over the top of the rear end, and then just dump out underneath the back of the bed. Later on down the road, I'll maybe put a piece of straight pipe or something going out the back or whatever. But anyway, that'll take a lot of weight off the rest of the exhaust. But for now, I got to run into town, and we got to fix the exterior TV antenna up on the back of the house. So I got to get the ladder out, the really long extendable ladder. Have my mom hold the base of the ladder while I get up there and put the new amplifier on there. And back when we had some hail, there was one of the tubes, or little prongs that stick off to help reception, is bent down, and then part of the coax cable is touching one of those receptor prongs. So I'm going to use some zip ties to get that off of there. Maybe it'll help, because we randomly get channel or signals that drop or start pixelating and whatnot. But anyway, that's it for this video for now. This is going to be part 1. I'll do a part 2 to further investigate this, and then I'll call Cherry Bomb, or I think it's like Holly or somebody that makes these now, and I'll get in contact with them and voice my complaint and see how they want to, see what they, if they want to fix the problem, and if they want to see what they'll be able to do for me for having to deal with cutting all this back off and dealing with this muffler. Anyway, tell them I've got a YouTube channel that I featured it on, and maybe they might want to focus on quality. But anyway, till next time.